Alright, so you know the drill. This is just gonna be a pure video game DC Multiverse figures, and as always, take it with a grain of salt. This information could be like early, so when I get information that is early, stuff could change. They could be different characters or things like that. So with that being said, let's get started, and we're gonna start off with the Articon figures. Now, the only thing we're gonna be getting from the Arkham that is sort of new, it's gonna be a Batman versus Solomon Grundy. Now, I'm saying kind of sort of new because they might do a little bit of tweaks with Solomon Grundy and Batman. Since the previous Solomon Grundy was not received very well, since he was like really short. He was like at the same size as Batman, which that's very inaccurate to the video game because he's supposed to be like a big, huge Solomon Grundy. Um, so yeah, hopefully this time in the 2 pack they can make him at least a mega figure, like at least taller than Batman. I'll be happy with that. Although I think DC Collectibles did an amazing job with Solomon Grundy. He's like very huge, um, which makes sense. He's supposed to be really huge, but Mcfarlane doesn't go more than the size of freaking Bane that they have made. I don't think they have ever made a very very huge uh mega figure, unless you're counting the live action Dark Side. Then yeah, I guess, but yeah, like I said, this Solomon Grundy hopefully is big and not just a re-release or a repaint in there. Batman, they probably changed the head sculpt for Batman. Hopefully, I'm not a really big fan of the white eyes with the Batman Arkham figures. For me, it works for the comic, but the video game, not so much. So hopefully they give him eyes this time. And that's so far what my friend is gonna put out. I believe this year. I don't think. Well, I think it's gonna be this month, in July, or I could be wrong. It could be next month, in August. But I have a feeling it's gonna be around this 2 months. But yeah, sadly, my friend has not put out anything new for Arkham. Everything has been a re-release or a repaint, which is kind of sad since there's a lot of things my friend could do with the Arkham universe. They could start releasing Batman Arkham Origins figures. Um, they could still do Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight, Arkham City, all of those. But my friend, for some reason, is just re-releasing them or just repainting them. Alright, next up here we have is Justice League Task Force. Now, from what I've got told is that this is gonna be the video game version and not the actual comic book version, which is kind of weird. But like I said, things could change. It could end up being the comic book and not the actual video game. But from what I got told, it's the video game, and it's gonna be a build-up figure wave. It's gonna have Batman in it. It's gonna come with a chase of Batman. Superman also gonna have a chase. The Flash, it's also gonna have a chase, and Aquaman will also have a chase. So it's gonna be a full wave of normal figures with chase variants. So yeah, it will be really interesting to see how they're gonna make these from the video game. Are they gonna make them pixelated or? Yeah, you guys can let me know down in the comments. What do you guys think they would do to make them look like actual video game, or are they just going with the comic book? Probably gonna brand it as the video game. They could do that, I guess, but yeah, really curious of how they're gonna make them like actual video games. And if you wonder what's gonna be the build up figure for this wave, right now it's being rumored that it's gonna be a dark side mega figure. Uh, they might just reuse the one that they're gonna be releasing. I believe this month, or it's gonna be I think next month. Um, one of those 2 months. The dark side they got has for the cape. This one might probably not have a cape, and that will be the thing that will get this wave into with people like to buy them. Um, pretty sure you're gonna be. I'm pretty sure one of those figures that I mentioned is just gonna be a repaint or a reuse in there. But yeah, the dark side will be a major factor for people to get this, just like they did with Plastic Man. I ain't like that Batman that they put with Plastic Man, but I had to buy it so I could get so I could get some the parts of Plastic Man. Uh, so yeah, like I said, Darkseid might be the Darkseid Build figure might be a huge factor for people to buy this wave. Um, so yeah, but like I said, the Darkseid is being rumored. I can't really confirm if it's gonna be Darkseid or something or another Build a Figure villain. Now that I remember, Despero is also in the video game, so he could also be the Build a Figure. So it's between Darkseid and Mephisto. I mean Despero. My bad. So yeah, it's between those two that they're gonna be the Build a Figure. Also, funny thing that I have to mention is that this wave was supposedly cancelled, but apparently it's back based on my source. So yeah, this wave could has a 50-50 that it could be out, but I mean there's a chance, so I might as well mention it in this video for this wave. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all the video games that my friend is gonna put out. I believe this year. And not gonna lie, my friend is lacking with video games figures. I want my friend to put out more video game figures out there, especially for the Articon verse. I want more of that. So yeah, as always, if you enjoyed this content, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, all that good stuff, so you guys can keep up with any new updates from my friend DC Multiverse. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, so if you're still here, then I might have found the platinum versions of these guys. As you can see here, there's like two versions for each character. So far, the ones we know we're gonna be getting is the Aquaman. I really don't see the difference between these two. You guys can let me know down in the comments. The only difference I see is that he's more the one in the bottom is more skinnier than the one on top, and the one on top has a trident. But I think it's a must for Aquaman to have his trident in the figure. For Superman, I can see them make a like a lighter blue for a normal figure or chase variant, one of those two. That's the only thing I could see Mcfarlane do to make them like a platinum. Same thing with Batman. The one at the bottom is like a blue with gray, and the one on top has like shading on it. Uh, so they could do the same thing with him. Next, here we have his Flash, which they could do the same thing. I mean, most likely it would just be a repaint and nothing much. But yeah, this might be the platinum, so I just wanted to talk about it. But yeah, that's pretty much it.